Hi, everybody. Welcome to AITA Pod. I'm Danny Vega, joined today by a little mix-up here. We got Karla Espino.
Hello.
And back on the program, Aaron Small.
Glad to be here.
Welcome back. I'm excited. You guys said we have some weird ricochet stories that wanted to be told. Aaron,
Yes. Well,
take it away.
It's my second time being here, and you said you wanted a story where I wasn't necessarily the good guy, but I'm curious to know what you guys think.
Here we go.
I got my best friend. His name is Jeremy, and he got married same year as I did, about 11 years ago. Jeremy Jaycox. It was summer wedding season. People are planning now. Anyways, so he got married, and he wanted a very small bachelor party with me and two other guys. And I, in a weird concept, a weird dream, I thought, what'd be really funny is when we're all drunk, I'm going to whip out a paper with messages from friends of your past. Maybe your childhood, maybe roommates, maybe ex-girlfriends. So I emailed his ex-girlfriend. I emailed a former roommate of ours who we all got along with. And this is probably 7 years after we graduated.
Sorry, it's his bachelor party?
It's his bachelor
party. You
party.
Contacted his ex?
Yes. Yes, I was like, hey, we're going to do this.
I'm already uncomfortable with this.
I just want to share some, if you have any words of advice or wisdom that you want to tell Jeremy, at the bachelor party, I thought that could be interesting. She did not respond. Her name was Jessica. And then this other guy, Jeff, he sent me a strongly worded email saying, Aaron, I actually passed around your email to a few friends just to see what they thought. And they all said, this is the weirdest thing you could actually ask somebody because A, you're not inviting me to the bachelor party. And B, he didn't invite me to the wedding either. So I'm very confused by this. Now there's that situation. Whoa. Yeah, pretty weird. Yeah, probably not my finest moment. Now the other thing is that,
we're calling that a botch, so I don't think that makes you an asshole, just inept, cute in a way.
That's a trend that people have been doing.
Well, it sounds like you reached out to a bunch of people though, and then they were like, actually, all you've done is remind me that I'm not invited, and this is a painful memory for me.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a double whammy. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, the other thing is that about 5 years prior, I went shooting with this guy. I went like target shooting.
Right.
We also went out for ribs.
This is 5 years before?
5 years before. It's like 3 years after college. And we went shooting and I'm at the target range and we're shooting, he's shooting, I'm shooting. Pew, pew, and then all of a sudden he taps me on the shoulder. I think we're in Van Nuys or Camarillo. He taps me on the shoulder and he goes, hey, am I okay? And I look at him and he has like a piece of bullet casing very close to, like basically lodged by his throat. And I look at him and I go, you need to go to the hospital right now.
Whoa.
So he drives away.
Bro.
He starts sweating. He's a firefighter now. I'm sure he's successful. And he
I'm sure he's successful.
Beloved by all.
And then 3 years later, I pull this weird like bachelor party thing, which completely failed and nobody participated in. So, but he survived.
Okay.
And he's still friends with you?
No, I haven't talked to him in a while. And I feel really, really bad.
Oh,
to this day, I have these weird random
cry
thoughts.
for help story? I'm a little worried about this one.
It might be.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So the guy who you made the wedding sheet, you guys don't speak anymore?
Wait, the guy who got married?
The guy who got married,
yes,
you do still speak to.
Oh, yeah, my homie.
Okay.
Yeah,
got it.
It
was the guy who shot.
The guy who got shot in the neck. He's, I hope he's alive.
Yeah,
I think
he's alive.
Whoa.
Yeah, he survived.
Okay, Carla, you said you got a story about
I got a ricochet story.
Here we go.
So last time I was on the pod, I was talking about how my house got robbed. Right?
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, is that the one where the neighbors saw it happen and they were just like, oh, we thought you had fast movers.
Yeah. So we all lived in this neighborhood as fresh, or I guess we were sophomores, but it was all low income neighborhoods. So like the neighbors and the locals were pretty pissed off that all these college students were starting to encroach on their area and blah, blah, blah. So they were the ones that were robbing people all the time. And I was never really mad about it. I was like, you have a right. We shouldn't be here. Mm-hmm. But that also meant there was like a lot of robberies, a lot of stick ups, like when you're like walking down the street at night and they like rob you by gunpoint and stuff, and just like general shootings. Many stories that I will just slowly disperse throughout our time together.
This is LA or Baltimore?
This is in Norfolk, Virginia.
Oh, okay. All right.
In 2008.
2011?
2009.
Mm-hmm.
And anyways, so one day, I wasn't there for this, but this was the story I was told. I was heading over to my friend's house and her roommate literally called and was like, hey, we have to reschedule because we're on our way to the hospital right now because so-and-so got shot. And I was like, what? And they were like, yeah, we were in the living room and apparently there was a shooting outside and one of the bullets ricocheted into our apartment and shot her in the lip.
Whoa, in the lip?
In the lip?
Like this. And
like grazed
literally
like
shot
horizontally,
the bottom
like
of her lip.
parallel?
Yeah.
I mean, kind of a miracle,
That's a
though.
mouthful.
Crazy.
I'd rather get grazed on the lip and shot in the head.
Well, duh. Yeah. But so that was crazy.
I'll
That's
plus
the
one
whole
that.
story pretty much. And so I was like, guess I'll go home and get stoned by myself. Good luck.
Okay.
She's still alive. She made it. Cool scar.
This is a story you heard.
Well, I was like on my way there and they
You were on
called
your
me
way
and
there.
told me what happened.
Got it.
So I wasn't there when
Got
it
it.
happened.
That's a really interesting like reason to cancel plans on somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
sure, Becky. If
Yeah.
you don't want me to
Sure.
come over, just tell me. You don't have to say you got shot.
got shot. I actually just thought of an AITA. So I played pickleball last night. I had a lot of fun. I got a
Oh.
friend who's really into it. His name is also Danny, which leads to a lot of really funny jokes by the pickleball people.
The Dannies.
Anyway, so here's my questions. I don't. Have you guys done like intramural sports or like pickup games of any kind? Because I
Yeah.
really haven't.
I've done some basketball.
Great. So I rubbed these people wrong, and they first of all,
Not the pickleballers.
you know, it was like a guy and a girl, and they had just shown up. It was their first game, and I just kind of like to be like a little obnoxious. Like, you know, you could just be like 1-0, I'm a 1, but I like to be like 1-0, I'm a 1. I'm just having some fun with it, you know? And so like, and I'm also very vocal. You know, I like to say like, good shot, or, you know, well done. Like, I'm in it.
You're an entertainer.
It's like NBA Jam. You know what I mean?
Totally. Yeah.
What do they say? Like,
on fire.
You're on fire. You know, I like to like in my head, it's like a game.
Are you trash talking, or like when they actually hit a 3, you're saying nicely done?
No,
And shit like that?
I'll compliment them.
Okay.
But
Okay.
there is one trash talk thing I do, which is if I hit like a nasty winner, like you just got burned, I'll be like, come on, and like pump my fist.
wow. You
And
fit
I-
right in with the pickleballers.
So they don't like it. They don't like it at all.
Oh.
And I didn't really see it because
Shocker.
you know I'm in the zone. I'm in the pickle zone,
Yeah.
baby. You don't want to mess with me when I'm in the pickle zone.
You're brining.
And what?
You're brining.
Brining?
Right, yeah,
I'm
pickles.
brining,
There you go.
babe. I
All
like
right.
that. I'm brining it up. And so then here's where my friend said this is against the etiquette. You know, you always say the score. And so I said, and we were skunking them something fierce. You know, this was a humiliating moment in their life. And I said, 10-4, game point. And my friend said, that's not really done. You don't need to say game point. And I was like, okay, but it was game point.
Yeah.
Where are
They
we
say
there?
Game point in like a lot of things. Ping pong.
They said tournament. In a tournament, you can say it. And then, but yeah, when we won, you customarily tap your paddles together.
Right.
And then they just kind of like walked off in this kind of smarmy, unfriendly way. That was my first. So where are we there? Am I okay there? It sounds
Yeah.
like they were rubbed wrong, but
I feel like pickleballers are pretty stiff. I'm like, do you? I mean, I
They need
guess
to be
pickleball
bronzed.
probably is at country clubs now, but I'm just like, you guys, come on. You're wearing fucking your cat's face on your socks. Let's not
Right.
take ourselves too seriously.
well, here's my theory of it. I think a lot of people, pickleball is a very beginner friendly game, which is pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. And exclusive at the same time.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I think some people play pickleball for 6 months and they're better than 90% of beginners. So if they go to beginner pickleball night, they're a god. But I played tennis. So even though I'm relatively new to pickleball, it's not going to be like playing little granny who can barely use a paddle. Anyway, so this is where things might get bad. So then we're playing all night and I'm actually notably improving. I figured out my serve and it got kind of fierce. We play as 2 girls. Now, Danny is about, he's my age basically. And, he plays pickleball. So these are 2, I think they're in their mid-20s. Maybe they're 30, but they're younger than us. And I figure out this serve and I'm ripping them on these gals.
Nice.
We're up 5-6. Once it's like 7-0, I was like, okay, I should cool it.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm kind of cooling it, but like we're still really winning the points. And we beat them 11-1.
okay.
And there's a trope out there that says, are we assholes for skunking the cute girls?
I mean, if you're trying to hit on the girls, it's probably not the best move. But I also am of the nature that I don't want anyone to let me win.
Yeah.
But I also am of the nature that those things are supposed to be fun. So it's like you could have lightened up so that you could actually play and have fun and been like, oh, I'm not worried about winning this game. I'm worried about winning her number. And I'm going to be like, hey, next time I'm going to probably hit it over here if you want to like get
Ooh, I
ready
like
over
that.
there.
I like
you know?
that. Tell me
Without
where you
telling
tell
them
me
what
where you
to
like
do.
it.
Yeah, you got
Tell
it.
me where you
now.
like
There
it, baby.
go.
Where should I hit it? I think this is type 2 fun. And I think like
Type 2
Yeah.
fun.
yeah, like this should be like hard and challenging for them. So I don't think you need to go easy on them. I don't think you should feel
Yeah.
bad about
Okay.
going 11 to 1. I do think that you screaming game point is just the funniest thing. Because while you're telling the story, I forgot that you were talking about pickleball. I really thought you were talking about basketball because that is what you would do. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Wait, in basketball you say game point?
oh for sure you
Yeah.
say game point. Yeah,
And you say
Do
it in
you?
ping pong.
Oh, I
Games
didn't
to
know it was in
11.
basketball,
yeah.
though.
Yeah.
I say it in tennis too.
So after my friend said that, I forgot about this line. Then he's like, "Don't say it," because it was, and he's like, "Don't say it." So I went 10-7, point of significance.
Oh my
He didn't like that.
gosh.
He's like, "Stop! You're embarrassing me." Okay, so Karla, if I play the cuties, how close does it need to be? Are we saying like 5 to 10? Like how close do I ride that line?
What do you mean?
Like
For
what's-
what to
In other
happen?
words,
What's
you
the
said
spread?
don't annihilate them, right? What's
Yeah.
the spread?
Yeah.
I mean, I think you can annihilate them if you're not
Okay.
trying to hit on
No, if I'm
them.
trying to hit on that, I wasn't last night, but I was trying not to be an
Yeah.
asshole. But you say what?
I
6,
think you
7?
take the game less seriously. It's not about you winning. It's about you having fun with them.
So target 7.
I don't think the points matter in that sense. I think it's just about like,
Do I let them win?
I don't think
then?
you throw it. No.
Don't throw it.
No.
I think you have to decide what game are you playing.
'Cause
Are
you can
playing pickleball?
lose.
Well, but
Or-
that's what I'm asking.
You can,
Let's.
but you can lose terribly. But if you like, I could walk away from a 1-11 game and be like, "Oh, but those guys were so fun. I don't care that we lost."
See, that's where we're different. It ain't fun if I'm losing.
You're all in
Well,
or
then
nothing.
you're not right. You're not playing with the right people.
No, I like to win. That's what drives me. You know,
saying.
that's what gets me going.
It's also good quality, but it's not going to secure you more pickleball partners, I think.
What?
I don't know.
Wanting to win?
Are they going to be there next week is the question. Like, what if they want, do you think they're going to want to play with you?
The cuties?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They want to play with me.
Oh, all right.
I actually got
Cool.
some pretty good laughs. I said some pretty good lines. Oh, yeah, because he was. Anyway, we don't need to talk about my mediocre flirts, but
I like it. Keep us posted.
I'll keep you guys posted. Here we go. We're gonna do as a second situation here. AITA for changing my niece's stripper name when I got custody. Whoa. But first, folks, it's AITA for leaving the room whenever my boyfriend eats. My F25 boyfriend, M23, is perfect in like every single way. He loves me and I see and know that. But I swear to God, the second that man starts eating, all I see is red. He chews like he's trying to show me exactly what's being consumed. Ugh. All I can hear is his lip smacking and I sit there watching as he inhales during every bite and my skin crawls. I can't handle it. I know it's a common pet peeve, but it's more than that for me. It's hell. I've told him about it time and time again. He apologizes and then nothing changes. I know it's a new thing as well because we had dinner at his mom's not long ago and she made a comment on his chewing, though he says he's always done it this way and it's just how he eats. Anyway, since he's not changing and I literally go insane when he eats, I now go into the other room and wait for him to finish eating. He says I'm an ass for this, but God, I can't handle being around him when he eats. AITA.
Wow.
Woof.
Wow. Ew. Yeah. All right.
Well, it's crazy because so this has always been the case since they've been together. That's my question.
No, she says it. Well, I thought she implied here that it's a new thing because then why would mom bring it up?
Right. I guess in the sense of their relationship, I feel like maybe she's just been dealing with it up until the point that she broke and wrote this post. But I cannot stand certain people eating. It's terrible.
Is that what does it for you?
Specifically peanut butter.
Mhm.
Oh my God.
Peanut butter?
I don't know. Yeah, it's like, ugh, it's like sticking in your mouth.
Like when they're eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Or just like anything, like a peanut butter cup, anything
this,
with
like, on
peanut
their
butter.
teeth
Yeah,
and
and the
stuff?
way people eat it. I mean, I've seen some people do it gracefully. I have.
Do you eat peanut butter?
Not really.
Okay.
No?
No.
You don't like peanut butter?
Any kind
I
of
think
butter?
it's okay.
Okay.
You think it's okay?
I was off peanut butter for like 12 years.
Off peanut butter? You sound like you have a thing with peanut butter.
I
This
got really
person.
sick from peanut butter
Oh.
once.
Are you
And
allergic?
then no, I'm not allergic. No.
So you and peanut butter had a thing.
No, I mean, if you want me to say it, I literally had an edible that was like involved peanut butter, and it made me so sick to my stomach.
Really?
Yeah, like not even like too high or anything. Like I literally was like vomiting all night from it.
Great.
And
Oh, wow.
so just the smell of
batch.
peanut butter even would like trigger me to the point where everyone knew that I really hated peanut butter. And then later, like in my mid-20s, I was on set and somebody had an Uncrustable and I was so hungry. I was like, I just have to eat this because I have nothing else. And I ate it. I was like, yummy. And then I got back into peanut butter. But
Welcome back.
even eating
We
the
missed you.
Uncrustable, I was like, and I had to like hide in a corner because it's all like wet and like, I can't. So I can't even imagine someone who does that with all of their food. That's hard to watch.
I don't even know what kind of
And
relationship
here.
do they have. Like pretty much all relationships are based around like eating, sleeping, sex, and like, I don't know, watching TV. Like this is
How come we don't have sex?
like 30% of their relationship.
Truly.
Like
Yeah.
logistically, how does this work? Like they sit for a meal and she goes, all right, I'll see you in 20 minutes. And like she goes out and he
Bye.
stays there. Like, do they ever go out to lunch or
I was
breakfast
going to
or
say they sit
dinner?
at separate tables at the restaurant.
Yeah, there are other restaurants probably. It's just like probably still too loud, even no matter how loud it is. So how does this even work? Like, is she going to
It's
call
not
it quits?
sustainable.
I don't think
Top
so.
descending comment. We've heard of this one. I suffer with misophonia, hatred of sound from Greek
Yeah.
roots. Disorder where specific everyday sounds, mouth-related noises, chewing, slurping, lip snacking, loud eating trigger intense, disproportionate emotional reactions such as anger, irritation, disgust, or even rage.
I feel that. I have somebody specifically who I don't see as much anymore, but every time they eat, I love this person, but
Yeah.
every
love them.
time they eat,
They lose you.
I lose a little bit of respect for them.
So I have one
Wow.
idea.
Because I'm like, how
yeah.
can you not be aware of?
I've been called out for the, chewing like this or whatever. I don't know why. I don't feel like I normally do it.
Mhm.
But I feel like, we talked a lot about communication. So I want you to call me out. I'm gonna chew. You guys call me out
Okay.
individually. Ready?
That's pretty
Yeah, I
bad.
hate
Yeah,
it.
don't do that.
No. You have to call me out as if we're at dinner. Like
Oh,
role
I would
play a
never.
little.
I
Oh,
would
you
just
wouldn't?
resent you and then not
Okay.
eat near you.
Okay.
Well, that's what I do
Okay,
with this
ready?
person. I had to walk away from them every time.
Aaron's
Yeah.
gonna do it. You got
Yeah,
it?
sure.
Okay. Thanks for having me, Aaron.
Dude, what, are you eating peanut butter? What's going on over there?
I'm eating peanut butter. Yeah. Is there an issue?
It's pretty loud. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, it's loud. Peanut butter's loud.
Yeah. You can shut it down. Do you have a deviated septum?
What? No.
Okay.
Okay, I feel like what I was going for, which was not achieved, is that I feel like people will go, hey, you're chewing really loudly. Fair?
I don't think people say that though.
But sometimes
in
it's
general.
not loud.
Or whatever. What would they say then? That's what I'm trying to
That's
ask you
why
guys.
I don't
You're not
say
helping.
anything because I don't know.
Well, you don't say anything. You're a people pleaser ass.
No, that's not true.
Oh,
I find
she didn't
very,
like that.
very special ways to say things in a very nice way.
Oh,
My old boss used to always have fucking boogers. And I'd be like, how do you tell
Ew.
your boss he has boogers?
How do you tell someone they have a booger? I
I
haven't
go like
actually.
this.
I
You got
don't-
a little lint right here.
Oh, I love that. You've got a little bit of lint
I call
under your
it
nose.
lint. Yeah, I'm like, you got
That's
lint right here in your
genius.
That's safe.
nostril.
Very
And
friendly.
I love that, Karla.
Thank you.
Got a little lint.
Haven't figured it out with the chewing though.
When I was younger, I used to make happy noises when I used to eat, and used to drive my brother
You're
crazy.
like,
Hear that?
Yeah.
I
I'd
do
go,
that still.
like eating pasta or something like that, and it would drive my older brother
That
crazy.
drives me insane.
But then my older brother, he was a loud chewer because he would chew like a
He's like
dog
fighting
eating
for his
something.
life.
Yeah.
And I don't know, for some reason it didn't really bother me. Found out that he did have like a deviated septum.
Yeah.
And then he got that taken care of. And then
Choose better.
Well, he didn't chew better because his friend Shauna threw a basketball at his face like a week later, re-broke his nose.
After the surgery?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
yeah. He was supposed to like not play any sports or do anything for 2 months. Re-broke his nose, so it's still kind of fucked up. So yeah, he's still not a great chewer.
Your brother is
Wow.
insane. When
Yeah.
I got my surgery 2 weeks after, oh my God, I was like, I didn't leave my house.
You're
Yeah,
scared.
he
Yeah,
looked
you want to
pretty messed up.
protect
Yeah.
it.
Well, actually, wait, that's making me realize I probably ate a lot more like an animal because I had a deviated septum.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
I'm willing to like overlook that. I think people in general, like you wake up and like the whole world is going to annoy you about hundreds of things
Yeah.
all the time. You're either going to get like bothered by everything, or you have to just kind of like deal with it and let things slide.
Well, I
It
think-
also depends on the person. Because the person that I know who does that,
Yeah.
I would never say anything to because I know how they would react and they would just send them into a tizzy and it would accomplish nothing.
That is my pitch.
Sure.
So you tell me, I love lint for the booger. I'm thinking people always say like, hey, you're chewing loud or whatever they would say it as you are. And I'm saying like, hey, I'm sorry. I'm really sensitive and I'm uncomfortable with like how you're chewing. Is that better?
I would just laugh at you and be like, deal with it. Yeah. No.
I don't know.
You can't go in and like be offended by the way that people sound.
But that wasn't
when they
offended.
chew.
I'm saying
I'm
instead
sensitive?
of it being like you're doing something wrong, it's like I have a sensitivity and I'm
Right.
uncomfortable. Is that better than saying like you're chewing with your mouth open?
Well, I think it's better. I grew up with a mom who literally just said that.
Said
And then
what?
when I was
Chewing with
back,
your mouth open?
yeah, like she was a very what's it called? Like manners.
By the book.
Chew with
kind
your
of
mouth
person. Yeah.
closed.
Chew with your mouth closed.
Your elbows
That's
are
what
never
people
on
say.
the table.
That's what people say.
Yeah.
Chew with your mouth closed. See, that to
You could
me,
say, could you please chew with your mouth closed? Sounds rude.
it's rude because I think it's one of those things where it's like some, even I think like I don't care, but like most people, like they're very sensitive about that because it's kind of like you're telling an adult how to eat, and so
Yeah.
they get very like, and that way, if you word it about yourself, does it come off as softer?
I think softer, yeah, sure.
I think you just leave the room.
That's my pitch.
That's
you
what
just
I
leave the room.
That's why I
what you
literally.
do.
Just leave.
Stop being friends with that person. Leave. Break up. Change your name. Change your whole identity. Go to another state.
I thought you nailed it. This is not sustainable. You're gonna
Yeah.
have to confront the problem. I think you could do it softly, but like, yeah, what is a relationship? And not
Yeah.
eating, sex. What were the things? Eating, sex, sleep,
And then eating again while you're watching Netflix.
and then eating again while you watch Netflix.
Yeah, especially
Those
popcorn.
are
yeah.
the 4 things
Yeah.
people do.
I mean,
Speaking of- yeah.
no, go ahead.
Speaking of Netflix, did you watch the show Nobody Wants This?
No.
There's one scene with Kristen Bell in season 2 where she's
Yeah.
eating food. It's the crazy. I think we watched it 3 times because she eats food and like how a snake dislocates its jaw to like
Yeah.
open up. That's what happens in the show. We're like, what the hell? I've never seen anybody eat food like that. I think she eats like a little like tiny spinach tart or something, and her whole mouth opens to reveal like 4 other sets of teeth.
Oh,
It's
honey.
wild. Yeah.
AITA for leaving the room whenever my BF eats. I don't even know what to say verdict wise.
I know. I feel like there's no assholes here.
I'm kind of ready to say no assholes here.
Yeah,
Like,
no
you
assholes
just
here.
confront your boyfriend.
You gotta
like the
confront
mom did it. If you're gonna stay together, you got to be able to have those tough conversations.
AITA for changing my niece's stripper name when I got custody. I think it will become obvious that my sister and I have taken different paths. I love her very much, but she's not well. I've had custody of my niece since she was 6 months old. My sister is going to jail for at least the next 7 years. She is ineligible for parole for that long, so that's a minimum. My niece's name is a perfect example of my sister's thought process. Honest to God, she named her Cinnamon, which is spelled Synnamin. Pronounced cinnamon, obviously. I've had my sister's parental rights severed. My parents and her fought me on it. Don't care. My parents have never contributed to her upbringing, but they have given lots of unwanted advice. I adopted my daughter and changed her name to Simone.
Nice.
My parents think I'm being cruel to my sister. What my sister thinks is not allowed here. The filters told me that particular obscenity wasn't part of post here. It starts with a C. I'm guessing she's calling her sister a C word.
Yeah. See you next Tuesday.
So I feel completely justified in changing her name. I don't think I'm wrong. I'm looking for validation. I want to know if I'm missing something that my parents and sister can't communicate. This is kind of a callback to an old,
Can't communicate coherently.
yeah,
Yeah.
same thing. Yeah, I don't know. We've talked a lot about names. I got kind of soft canceled in the early days of the podcast. This was years ago for saying like, don't give a child a weird name.
Mm-hmm.
And then people kind of countered and said, well, ethnic names could be called quote unquote weird.
Sure.
I think it's a balance. I think obviously you have a right to give your child a name that is unconventional. Why is it unconventional? What is the reasoning? I think is a factor. Cinnamon is not a name spelled this way. It's not really a name.
It's a spice. Let's be clear.
It's a
Right.
spice, and well, John's a toilet,
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? So, but it's not an established name.
Or is it
Right.
a toilet of John?
Or is a toilet a John? You're saying that toilets are actually named John. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Karla's right.
But yeah, I guess my thought is, look, realistically, these kids, they're going to come at you. It's weird. It's in other words, it's going to raise undesirable attention.
Yeah. You know what I like about this? situation beyond like the naming process is the fact that these parents are siding with the sister, and then like the whole thing is like they fought them on the OP on the custody battle.
Yeah.
Now they're fighting them on the name, saying it's not fair to the sister. It's clear that those parents have zero interest in the well-being of the child. They don't help raise it at all. And then everything they do is to support the problem, which is the sister.
Who's basically started problems seconds after this kid was born.
Right.
Or even before, while this thing was still a fetus, and settled on the name Cinnamon. Like that's the name.
Cinnamon.
You go to the hospital, and then before you check out, you sign the birth certificate, and it either says, "Do you want a name? Do you have a name for your kid?" And if you say no, they just write girl. But if you do have a name, you actually write it. And like we did it because we just don't want to go through like the paperwork and like the bullshit. I'm like, yeah, we have the name. We're just gonna go with it. We gave our kids like both their names in the hospital. So this mom is, just gave birth, and this is what she comes out with, like emphatically, like I'm gonna call my kid Cinnamon and like misspell the name on purpose. I just don't understand.
She looked across the room and saw applesauce that was like cinnamon apple. And people were like trying to get you to say something.
Yeah. What's your name? Cinnamon. What's your name? Oh, yeah.
In Mexico,
here we go.
They actually have a list of names that are banned from people naming their child to avoid bullying. It's a hilarious list. Facebook is on it. Pokemon is on
That's
it.
fair. I think
all
I've
of
seen
these weird names are on it. I forget what the other ones are, but they're all like not names. They're like objects. Yeah. Some kind of noun.
I mean, this makes me sick. I had I heard of someone who did this. It was a real thing. And this individual named their daughter Gadget. And I'm like, that's not a name. I think that's sick. Where are we?
Sick as in like that's cool, or sick as in like that's disgusting?
Sick as in that's mentally ill.
Oh yeah,
you have named a human being.
I think you call your cat Gadget or something.
Yeah. I don't even love that, but sure, that's allowed. That's a cat.
My friend called his son Falcon because he's a big Star Wars Millennium Falcon guy.
That's horrible.
Which I think is kind of
Falcon is hard.
Better than Cinnamon or Pokemon.
It's giving kid. That's fair. I mean, we could create a ranking list.
Yeah.
Kids are not accessories. Kids are not tattoos.
But they can be animals. There's another kid that I've met. His name is Wolf. I think that's a cool name. Like, why can't you just go with cool animals?
That's
Wolf,
my cousin's
Falcon,
middle name. Wolf.
Because
See?
Wolf,
right, really cool guy.
What'd you say?
Or kid.
What's yours?
My cousin's kid's middle name is Wolf.
Yeah.
Middle name, but like Wolf, that's not the name of a person, bro.
Wolf Blitzer?
Wolfie?
CNN host?
Yeah, but he's Wolf Blitzer.
True.
Is that his real name though, or is that his TV name?
Wolfgang.
Is that
could
a
be the
nickname?
could
Yeah,
be
I guess it's short for Wolfgang. All right, I'll give you Wolf.
Thanks.
I give you Wolf.
Wolf's okay, yeah.
But Falcon,
Gadget,
can we agree Falcon's
not.
crazy?
What about Apple? All these celebrity
I
names
like
are
Apple.
like that's Gwyneth Paltrow's.
I know, I like
babe.
apples. I
do
think
like
it's
apples.
cute.
Apples and peanut
So
butter.
you like cute names.
Good combo.
There you go.
Well, cinnamon isn't cute, and it has heavy metals.
I'm not gonna say I like cinnamon, but I really don't hate it. I'm not gonna lie.
It's not
I
that
think
bad.
for as unhinged and unstable as this person sounds, could have gone way worse.
Was Simone the right
Simone?
choice after
I think
that?
so.
It still
Simone's super
has
pretty.
all the same energies of cinnamon. It's got all the same ingredients.
Could have been Sydney, Cindy.
Yeah.
Sure. Maybe that would have avoided the lawsuit or something like that if he picked a name that was closer. But personally, I think this dad can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Exactly.
Considering the fuck up that is his family. So I mean, respect to him for adopting a kid at 6 months. I mean, that's pretty.
Well, the other thing is maybe Simone is because the baby's 6 months. He wanted something that they would still register as close to what they had been being called.
Or he just liked the name because it's a cool name. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the holistic picture is where I'll go with this. I think it's interesting because Apple is a good counter where I'm like, well, that's a cute name. I feel like it flies as a name, but it is now it's kind of polluted with Apple, the computer company. That's disgusting.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Apple name.
Okay.
They're gonna go around calling her Mansana.
I don't hate that. It's kind of pretty.
I wonder if the kid's middle name, the original middle name, was Apple. So cinnamon apple.
Cinnamon apple.
Apple sour.
Sour apple.
From the sauce family.
I think in this case, look, it's obviously let's just to be as neutral as we can, a very unique name.
Yes.
And it's Tragedy. You guys know Tragedy?
Is that another name?
TRAGEDEIGH. It's a subreddit about people who do this. This is like a thing.
Oh, okay.
They'll basically either crazily spell an established name, like spelling Karla, like KAUGHRLA. Karla.
Or Dwayne Wade has like the oddest spelling. He's a basketball player, or he used to be a former basketball player, and I think his name is like DWYANE. So
that's how Dwayne spelled, isn't it?
No, it's DWA. His name
I know the
is DWYANE.
I thought it was DWAYNE. Dwayne.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Dwayne.
Yeah,
That's how I picture it.
It's something strange.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't think that's inherently. I think the holistic picture is this person's going to prison for 7 years
Minimum.
and somebody else is going to have to say cinnamon. The baby don't care. And I think this was ultimately a humane choice that she is not owed anything because she's in prison, and we should be thinking about why we're in prison, not our daughter's name.
Right. Yeah. I think some people can name their children crazy things if they want.
Do you think she went to prison for naming her daughter Cinnamon?
Oh, could be.
With our justice system, it wouldn't surprise me. So I think we're lined up here on its NTA, and she is.
Can we read the dissenting comment? Because this made me laugh so
I
much.
thought that too. The descending comment.
Sapper Blocks writes, I completely misunderstood the title and thought Opie had just found a better stripper name for their niece. Which I thought you guys had some good pitches. I like Cinnamon Apple. Sour. What did we say? Oh, Sour Apple.
Sour Apple.
She'd be like kind of like mean, like in a green dress, and she's like like it's like the Chicago hot dog stands where they're really mean. She's like that for stripping.
Cinnamon Spice.
Cinnamon Spice.
Yeah.
I like that. She's like red and sarcastic. All right. Here's a silly one. AITA for not wanting to look at my dad's ass. I'm a med student. I'm currently at home for my vacation. Dad had been complaining of this weird, painful lump near his anus for some time and told me to take a look at it for clinical purposes. I refused and offered to take him to a doctor. He's been angry at me ever since and yells at me even if I breathe too loud. My parents live in a remote hilly region and the nearest hospital is about an hour away, but the road is a bit difficult to drive through. The pain got a bit more severe. My dad started complaining about not being able to walk, so I told him to take the day off and went to work instead. My parents run 2 restaurants for hikers and tourists. He has faked many illnesses before, so me and my mom thought he was being dramatic. What? The slightest headache or scratch is the end of the world for him. Today, I finally got fed up of his mooning and drove him to a big fancy hospital that was 2 hours away in the city. Turns out it was a abscess, and they had to take him for surgery. It was minor and the surgery was done in like 40 minutes, but they're keeping him under observation for 2 days. I'm staying at the hospital with him and everything is covered by our insurance. But ever since then, he's been complaining about everything nonstop and scolding me by saying that if I had been looked at it before, I wouldn't have come to this and he wouldn't be in so much pain. He's been complaining to all of the nurses and ward boys about his useless child who is a medical student, but couldn't help him. I don't really think I could have even looked at it, but I feel a bit guilty. AITA. This is a good one.
Yeah.
I think
Because they're a med student.
Very layered. We don't know what year. Maybe they just started 2 weeks before.
Well, I mean, it just makes me like, you're getting into medicine. I mean, I'm sorry, but your dad isn't even going to be in the top 100 grossest things you ever look at.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's interesting because, look, even if you're not a med student, I would probably do that for my dad. But also there's such thing as telehealth.
Is she around though? Yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point. Send it.
You walk into the room. What would you rather, look at your dad's asshole directly or walk into a room where he's spreading his cheeks in front of a webcam?
And hey, I can't take it. I can't take it. Press the button.
This is why they invented ChatGPT for like reasons just like this.
That's
like,
it. They were like, we're going to build an AI to look at your dad's ass, bro. Where's mom?
Mom's there, but that's what I'm wondering.
Oh, because it's because he's a med student.
Yeah. But I'm
Yeah,
sure
and I'm
mom
like-
has seen it.
I
Take
mean,
a picture, if anything.
Yeah, exactly. Take a picture. Have mom take the picture. Zoom in on the picture. Like, it doesn't need to be that intimate.
Yeah.
You don't need to see the butthole.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I get it. He should just be going to a hospital, even if it's inconvenient or whatever. But that's how parents are. I was just talking about this, how like we have to like force our parents to go to the damn doctor and do shit. It's like, go. You're literally covered.
Yeah.
Yeah, and most dads are lazy and don't want to do anything that involves that much effort. So he's going with the path of least resistance, which is I'm going to ask my med student kid because that's why I'm paying for her or him. We don't know the gender, but to kind of ask.
Is that in here that he's paying?
I don't know. I just added that for texture.
You added that. It was good.
Color.
It was good. It'd be interesting if it was true, but
it is very expensive. I mean, don't they want to like use their medical knowledge for good? And like, who else are you going to test it on but your own parents or your brother or your friend? I mean, I feel like we've got he's like a hand surgeon and a cosmetic surgeon in our family. He's great. He's smart.
Hand surgeon and cosmetic.
Yeah, he's like the
same person.
Same guy.
Okay.
Yeah, like top 20 hand surgeon. You lose a finger, you call Gil Krieger. That should be his tagline. Anyways, like he gets bombarded with questions from everybody all the time. My brother's also a nurse, so like we ask
your
him all
brother's
the time.
a nurse. That's even more interesting.
My sister's a nurse. I ask her stuff
That's
all
not
the
interesting
time.
at all.
Yeah,
because
she's a woman.
Yeah, well, nurses are interesting. Don't be mad at me. Aren't nurses interesting? Why is he a nurse?
Nurses are interesting. Yeah, he loves to help people. Yeah. I don't know.
You're right. It wasn't interesting at all. They're equally uninteresting.
Thank you.
Okay, back to hand doctor.
But it is a rare quality. But no, like they always get bombarded with questions. So I feel like maybe the OP needs to get ready for this. You know, this is the life you're signing up for. Is people are going to be asking you like, what is this mole? I sprained my ankle. Like I cut my finger. What the hell do I do? How do I put this Band-Aid on?
Top comment disagrees. NTA, people in the medical field are generally encouraged to not treat or diagnose family members due to multiple potential issues. Also, you're a medical student, not a doctor, and have no business offering serious medical recommendations yet.
No one asked for a serious medical recommendation.
And to
your
me,
dad wants the comfort of you to look at his asshole. Help your dad out.
Sounds very comfortable.
I also feel like this is a very like by the book literalism that is the exact thought of a 22-year-old. I'm like, yes, and you don't know how the world works.
Exactly.
I promise you there are entire nations built in gray areas this big, bro. Like, give me a fucking break.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard for me. Now, if you weren't a med, let's look at this from a non-med school perspective, and then we'll come back to
like
it.
a regular Joe kind of person.
If they were a regular Joe, let's say mom's out of the picture, you know, this is interesting. They're in this weird remote hilly region. There's like a dirt road. Sounds like they kind of have like a business that they need to be around. So it's like you don't want to have to go for nothing. Do you owe it to your dad to look at his asshole?
I mean, I think it depends on the relationship you have with your dad for sure. If him and I are estranged, no. But if I love my dad,
that would be wild. I haven't heard from my dad in 10 years. He just called me and he needs me to come look at his ass.
But if I love my dad, like if my dad asked me to look at his asshole, I would do it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like it, but I would be like, listen, if this is what has to be done, I will do it. Because it is. If they were in like a city and it was like 2 blocks away, I'd be like, I'll drive you there right now. You know, something like that. But that's particular situation where it's just like, the picture. Go to the bathroom, take a picture.
I think you owe it to your dad to give him a handheld mirror so that he can kind of like figure it out on his own.
Right?
I also think in theory, I want to say yes. But I don't know if I could do that.
Was this written in the 1800s? Like, there's no mirrors available? Like, go look in a mirror. Like, you didn't even need a camera.
Well, he probably did look in a mirror. He probably knows what it is. He just needs to know if it's bad. But my thing is, like, if you're in pain, it's bad.
He wants a second asshole opinion, basically.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That said, on the actual issue, I do feel like it's a little unreasonable. I'm like, I'm sorry, but you know, it's not sexual. If it was a penis, I'd have a little bit more. But I'm like, it's really not a sexual body part. You know, I guess if you're a gay man, you could argue that. But I'm like, it's his ass, bro.
And I think the bigger argument is if you're becoming a med student, you do need to be comfortable
with looking at assholes all day,
looking at assholes
and dead bodies and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a very disgusting, gross profession. That's, I think, pretty much why he doesn't do it all that often, and he does home health. It's a lot simpler. But yeah.
And I actually...
Right. No.
Well, no, and I think what OP tries to leverage against Dad actually works for him. I don't really think Dad has faked many illnesses because my dad's like this. You know, he gets a little sick, and then, or if you are a little sick, he's like, get the fuck away from me. He's just very averse. You know, it sounds like this guy's a hypochondriac. You know, and so he's actually asking to be like, do I have a real problem or is it all in my head? And I think that OP kind of could have been the person to be like, actually, yeah, you definitely have a serious problem. Though I think your common sense answer of just being like. But he
kind of did say that. He said, go to the hospital, but then he went to work.
Yeah.
I think you. This is why you get married. Is like you ask your wife for this reason. You don't bring like one of your children into the picture if you don't need to. But
automatic wet nurse.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a little. Yeah, it seems a little strange.
AITA for not wanting to look at my dad's ass. I think we're lined up that it is.
I actually don't know where I'm
soft YTA. That's kind of where I'm at. I feel like.
I think ESH is kind of there too, because the dad seemed pretty aggressive about it, and there's things that he could have done. He could have just gone to the hospital.
Well, no, I think that's far, but he did get angry. I could ding because remember they live in this remote hilly region. You got to drive really far. I think like
an hour. We drive an hour in LA all the time.
Yeah, but it's on the dirt road,
sure.
And his ass hurts.
I just feel like the way, and then he was like talking shit about his son to all the people in the hospital.
That's fair. That you got me. ESH.
He seems like a grumpy fella.
ESH.
I'm going to say NTA because the question is, it's not, am I the asshole for not helping my dad like with his abscess problem? Because she does take him to the hospital, right? So she does the drive. Yeah. So for not wanting to look at my dad's ass, I don't think that makes you an asshole. I think it makes you, I don't know, not an asshole.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
Dad might be the asshole. Has the asshole. He's a walking asshole.
He almost had two assholes. Woof. All right, we're going to wrap up here on AITA for having graphic sex when I didn't know my roomie got home. This was during COVID, and I still wonder if I was the asshole. I, 31M at the time, lived in a 3-bedroom in New York, and of course, the roommates never left. This was in 2020. Well, one day after lunchtime on a weekday, maybe 1 o'clock, by some miracle, everyone was gone. Finally, me and my then GF 30F had the place to ourselves. We were excited and proceeded to have really loud pornographic sex. I think I could spare the details, but it's the kind of things people who are comfortable, probably too comfortable, say. Those sinful poems of the flesh. After we finished, I checked my phone and my roommate, 37F, was livid. She said she got home and that we needed to stop being so loud. She couldn't get anything done and it was violating, she said. She always worked in the living room but had her own bedroom. I was mortified but also confused, and she could have shut a door loudly, played music, done literally anything to alert me of her presence. Isn't it obvious I wouldn't see a text? I guess I wonder because should I have anticipated a roommate's return? AITA.
Wow.
I'm gonna turn to you guys since I haven't had like roommates in 15 years. So
wow,
I don't even know what that would be like.
Yeah. Well, I need you, Karla, because I wrote this. So.
Oh, interesting.
It's a true story.
I was gonna say I didn't find this one on there. I have 4 roommates.
The opposite lifestyles.
Ooh, this sounds very complicated.
Yeah. No, it's actually quite uncomplicated, to be honest.
That's amazing.
Very surprised.
Wasn't one like in the basement?
So that's the biggest thing is like I don't share any walls with anyone, but I'm pretty sure the one who lives in the basement is under my room. I don't know exactly where because I am next to the kitchen and his door is like under the kitchen. So I don't know if his room's like under the kitchen or under my room.
Right.
It's kind of on that side of the house.
Subterranean roommate. Yeah.
Yeah. But I will say, it goes back and forth because the whole roommate thing is that you have to deal with other people's bullshit. I think it's bullshit on OP's part to be like, when I didn't know my roomie got home. It's like when you have roommates, the risk is that they will always come home. It's the middle of the day and you know that your roommate works from the living room.
Mm-hmm.
So you think, whoa, it's 1 p.m. and they're gone. Yeah. Let's spend an hour. No, the girl went to 7-Eleven to get a burrito and she'll be back in 10 minutes. What you should be doing, and this is stupid and it's annoying, but it's part of being roommates, is I think it's like, hey, I'm about to have my girlfriend over. You don't have to be like, we want to have pornographic sex, but hey, is everyone out for the day? Yeah. Where's everyone at? What are people doing? And you just send that preliminary text to see.
That's fair.
And then if they don't respond, I think you're good to proceed. You tried to do something. But this is giving like go to a hotel energy. You need to go somewhere nobody knows you.
Yeah.
Your neighbors heard you.
Give a fake name.
Forget your roomies. Your upstairs
pretty
neighbor,
good
your downstairs neighbor, your dog, your future children.
That's fair. Yeah.
But don't you think she should have made a noise?
That I don't know, because based on the amount of energy that OP's giving on how hard they were going, I don't think he would have heard.
I would have heard. How wouldn't I have heard?
Because you're like, that. You're not gonna hear a
That
door
was
slam.
really scary.
That was
I
very
wasn't a
important.
That
horse.
is scary. Imagine hearing that when you come home.
I would
That's
hear
crazy.
music. I would hear anything. I would have heard
I
a
guess if
loud
you
door.
blast music, sure.
I like the blast music like idea. It's a good
Yeah.
strategy. You're not knocking on the door. You're not saying stop. You're not
Yeah.
calling or texting. You're like, hey, I'm home
Right.
without telling you that I'm home.
Exactly. It's like, no
So they
shit,
could have done
Sherlock. I
that.
wouldn't do this if
Yeah.
I knew you were home.
The
Yeah.
other thing is, if I hear my roommate having sex, I've heard maybe once, like some soft noises,
It was the Tuesday.
and I just put my noise canceling headphones on or leave.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say that she needed to do that. I just think, like, don't guilt trip me and just solve the problem and communicate.
Yeah.
Instead, you just sent me a text, which, like, obviously I wouldn't get.
Right.
So where are we, guys? I want to get off. I want to walk away without charges.
Wow. Without charges, huh?
Yeah, I don't think
mean,
I was
yeah.
being an asshole.
I think if there's no charges, there's probably no assholes here. They're in an equal situation where they both have ownership around the same property. One's doing something annoying, the other one doesn't like it. Goes back and forth like that until you get your own place.
But it's also COVID New York 2020. Like this is the height and the peak where nobody's doing anything, and the people are like, what? Like they're imprisoned in their own homes and stuff like that. Like New York is super strict. So you have to assume like if your two roommates are out, like they are going to come back in like within the next 20 minutes. Like they're not going far.
I thought they were having freaky sex with their so at their place.
Yeah, it was their night.
It was their night.
My night. Yeah.
The other one didn't come back.
Yeah, I mean, you just don't know when they're going to come back, but that's the thing. When I used to live with my other friend and she had a boyfriend and she would say, "Are you coming home tonight? Because me and so are going to have sex." And I'd be like, "Cool. I'll come home way later or not at all."
So you
Really
think
that
I
simple.
should have sent the alert. So where are we
Oh, so
leaving
this
off?
is you.
Yeah, I said it was me.
I thought you said you wrote it. I didn't know that you were the person
Yeah,
having
I
the
wrote it and
pornographic
it was,
sex.
It was all real.
That makes so much sense once you said the poem thing. That's so Danny.
Poems of the flesh. Yeah.
sinful.
I'm gonna say
Makes it better when it's a sin.
I'm gonna say YTA, but I guess it's also up to the person to signal like I'm home, like to avoid.
So
that
is it
situation.
ESH a little maybe?
I guess it is an ESH. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. I'll take that. Carla?
I was going to say NaH.
Okay, great. ESH NaH paradox.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. I feel
Entering that.
like it's like you wanted to do, because I am of the belief that because you are roommates and you have equal ownership over a place, you can do whatever you want. If this was every night, I'd be like, you're an asshole.
I like
You're
to
not
know-
considering people, but this is a one-time thing. Did it happen again?
No.
Okay, learning
course not.
experience.
Yeah. All right. So ESH NaH, I can live with that. All right, guys.
So
Sounds
glad we
great.
could heal you.
Thank you for the healing.
We did it.
We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.